It's on the nose.
Way too on the nose. Didn't like it. Took a couple points off the score for me, to be honest.
Too many good androids.
There we go.
Then we got nobody in the weight room. It's
Damn.
crazy.
Hop in, people. I saw you talking about Venom: The Last Dance and how it's not as bad as I was saying it was. What's up, Mike Parker? What is up?
I would say Detroit is a fun story, but it's poorly written. Why is it poorly written?
Oh, Mike Parker wants to join. Link in the description, assuming it still works. See if Colin did this intelligently, or if he screwed up the invite again. Oh, invalid invite. Thank you, Colin.
That's not true.
That's not true. Well, on my end, because the link I had was working for a while, until recently, for some reason.
From my server?
I'm gonna create a new invite. Edit link. Schweier never.
Is it in your description?
Yeah, no, I'm just fixing it right now.
Well, one of my descriptions still works.
There we go. I don't know why these get invalidated, even though I say to never expire. Doing well, Mike Parker. Doing well. Alright, for those that are on my end, the description should be fixed.
A video by your Yurik Salobar explains all the problems with the narratives in our long video. Nobody in the weight room. Colin is washed. The North romance subplot is incredibly unnatural. Why?
Goodbye. Matt Hodgkinson says, what would you rate the Penguin out of 10? I would give it a 10, to be honest. It's basically a 10. Unless, of course, Smell Legend, picks up on anything. I don't think that's going to change.
Oh, so you're just a sheep for Smell Legend?
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, Penguin, great. Arkham Shadow, great. Venom: The Last Dance, absolutely trash.
Let me look this up. Let me look up this video real quick. What's this shit? Okay, you're Rick Salabar.
What is this? Yurik Salobar?
Oh, this is that one guy. This video is fucking garbage.
What is it?
It's a video about this game.
Yeah, but like, what kind of garbage are we talking? Are we talking problematic morals garbage, or are we talking woke propaganda garbage?
I'm talking. This guy is a fucking idiot. That's garbage. Yeah.
Matt just said, you ever gonna respond to Sheep's video on The Boys? I mean, I'm not personally interested, but Colin might.
Are you getting the Pro? What, the PS5 Pro? Fuck no.
The North romance thing. Yeah, I almost read that as North refrigeration, and I'm thinking Arkham Knight.
It's because you only consume superhero media.
It's Especially with identity politics. It's crazy.
Alright, I gotta put my face cam on.
Man, bro's been slow.
I woke up like literally 40 minutes ago.
Holy shit. Oh, it's John 2008, the dude who tried to assassinate me on live TV. Welcome back.
Holy shit, look at my eyes. I look like I just went through war.
Holy shit.
I dare you to debunk the video about the trip become human. I was actually thinking about doing that a couple months ago.
Mike Parker
that
says,
exact video.
I'm in. Alright, so Mike Parker, what you want to do is join the VC titled Disagreement Day Wait Room. That's what you want to do.
How's the Bumblebee car coming along? I just ordered a ported intake manifold and a 80mm throttle body. And in December, after Christmas, I'm probably gonna get all that stuff put in and tuned.
Matt just says thanks.
And then,
oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, and then after that, I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything after that. I think I'm either gonna put a camshaft in it, or I'm just gonna save up to get it wrapped.
Matt says, thanks for showing me the White Houses in New York, actually. You're welcome. Okay, Mike Parker's finally here. He's wanted to join in. What's up, Mike Parker? How's it going?
What's up, man? How's everything?
Good, how are you?
I'm good too, thank you.
How's it going?
I got a few disagreements to say.
Epic, let's go.
I think Spider-Man No Way Home is a masterpiece. 10 out of 10.
Why is it perfect?
We got the goats back. The final
goats.
swing is amazing. And
Really goats.
Toby, Andrew, and Tom Holland.
and
And then Venom: The Last Dance was a masterpiece because it was a perfect ending. Because it was a perfect ending to Tom Hardy's Venom. And now,
You know what's crazy?
And now that we're getting the symbiotes in the MCU, that could be a masterpiece.
All the best Spider-Man actors are all voice actors. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
They are. Like, we got Josh Keaton, we got Christopher Daniel Barnes, we got Reno Romano, we got Shamik Moore, we got
I got noticed by them.
Jake Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
What, you got a problem with Jake Johnson?
Nah, I think you're forgetting someone.
Who am I? Oh, yeah, Aaron Lowenthal is pretty good. Who else am I forgetting? I think there's, like, probably a couple.
I'll say Neil Patrick Harris.
Someone said No Way Home's writing is like an 8 out of 10. What do you think about that, SK?
No Way Home's writing is like, like I said
agree.
about Venom: The Last Dance, I think it's a 1, like just a flat 1.
What's up with Venom: The Last Dance?
Did you see my video on it?
No, I forgot.
Oh, you saw? Looks like he forgot. I mean, yeah, so the whole plot of Venom: The Last Dance is just entirely broken. Eddie and Venom are character assassinated throughout the whole movie, and there's nothing actually, like, of substance done with their characters, and that just makes their ending send-off just unearned. There wasn't really anything new said about them as characters.
Gotcha. What'd you think about the first two, though?
The first one, I mean, obviously, I don't think any of them are good, but the first one, had a bad plot. Carlton Gant was, underwhelming as a villain. Eddie is, he's in the middle. Him and Venom as, like, characters, they're kind of in the middle. There's some parts that are interesting, but there's parts you can clearly tell were, like, rushed because stuff was cut out from the movie. I think they even said at the time, like, 50 minutes of the movie was cut. And it's like, yeah, that kind of shows with some of how the scenes play out, how the progression plays out. Especially when he's just like, when Vem's like, yeah, or sorry, Eddie is like, what made you change your mind on like wanting to take over the entire world? And Vem's just like, oh, you did. I'm like, okay, that was nothing. We didn't get anything as to why. But Let There Be Carnage. I guess we get more fleshing out as far as Cletus Cassidy as a villain. I think he's better. He's the best villain of these movies.
Yeah.
There's still a little more they could have done with Eddie and Venom, but I don't think they were bad or necessarily broken. I think the plot is kind of silly. I think I wasn't that impressed by Carnage's CGI. I think that could have been way better. Oh yeah, I didn't like a part at the end where Venom was damaged. I would say he's assassinated there, where basically he's like scared to fight Carnage. He's like, no, we're leaving. Oh,
nah,
they might all die.
That scene's funny as shit, bro.
It's funny, but it's stupid because when you look at the first Venom movie, literally they were like, oh shit, that's Riot. He's got shit we've never seen before. And they thought they had zero chance, and they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's just save the world.
Yeah, but Carnage is better than Riot.
Yeah, but like, that just makes Venom look like a pussy for no reason.
He was a pussy in that scene, that's the point, bro.
Why was he a pussy, though, when you compare him to
because he was
prior characterization?
Because he was a pussy beforehand, bro.
Okay. Goodbye. No, but yeah, these movies, as a whole, I just think they're not good, and I also don't like how they reflect on Venom as far as his brand. Like, the brand of Venom has kind of been damaged by this trilogy. And yeah, just to sum up, like, Venom: The Last Dance, like, yeah, or no, I already did sum it up, but like, as far as like more specific issues, Noel is like, I think he's probably the worst villain in all of these Spider-Man-esque, like, Spider-Man spin-off movies. There's nothing about him that works. He's just dumb, start to finish. He has no interesting motivation. He's barely in the movie. He doesn't have, like, more than 5 minutes of screen time. And he's just, yeah, I'm gonna kill everything. I want to take over the world. Wait, my symbiote children betrayed me, and I couldn't stop them, even though I have xenophages that can scream their weakness. And it's so stupid. All of it is stupid. And the
dude, why didn't Noel just bring a big speaker to Earth?
I mean, he forgot. Don't you remember, Colin? He forgot the planet that Riot was sent to take over the world.
Have you seen Under the Mayo Silent Hill 2 video? I saw the thumbnail. I didn't watch it. King Kong, give me a good reason why Detroit Become Human is good. Disrespectfully.
Nick, you have issues. I'm looking in chat right now. Nick, you got issues. That's all I'm gonna say.
Detroit Become Human story is good because it has a really compelling theme, and all the characters have different dynamics and different struggles that they're going with in that theme. Even the human characters. The detective and his dynamic with Connor is really good, and the choices that you make throughout the game. There's multiple choices that can have, like, lasting consequences, and the story can play out drastically different.
Multiple implications.
And every single one, every single, like, choice or way the story plays out is good. Theme, racism is bad, so deep and clever. I mean, you can just, like, lay out a theme. You can lay out any theme like that and say it's so deep and clever and downplay it, but that's not really good criticism.
Funky Toast says, yo, SK, what's your opinion on Matt Reeves wanting to make a less fantastical Batman movie? I don't really care. As long as you have a great story. That's all I care about.
Facts. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. M-Pack
and also,
says...
what's interesting, the funny thing, I just want to say real quick, the interesting thing about Detroit Become Human is, like Liam once said, the bigots actually have a point.
Huh?
Because the androids are, like, literally taking their jobs and ruining a bunch of people's lives.
The bigots had a point. Colin 2024.
That was Liam 2023. Or no, it's probably 2024.
M-Pack said, Tell Colin to make a Disagreement Day of Spider-Man 2 PS5. I agree with Comic Legend and think the story is horrendous and disappointing. Contrast, I really enjoyed Spider-Man 1 story way more. I'd love to argue.
Okay.
Yo, guys, I'm gonna go. It was nice talking to y'all.
Yeah,
All
see you
right.
later, Mike Park.
Goodbye.
See you
Mike.
later, guys.
Do you want to
Bye,
drag
Colin.
in?
Bye, SK.
Goodbye.
All
See
right,
ya.
who's
Uh,
next? Was it Gene Dark?
Is Joker 2 as good as the 2008 Batman movie, The Dark Knight? No.
Gene Dark.
Except that
What is
isn't
it?
intentional. What do you mean that isn't intentional? What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
It's like, yeah, they put it in the story even though it wasn't intentional. It's one of the biggest parts of the story, but it's not intentional. Yeah, that makes sense.
Gene Dark. What did you Disagreement and tell us why?
Goodbye.
Oh, Gene Dark left?
Oh, yep.
Hello, Gene Dark. What's the Disagreement and tell us why?
Well, first off, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
No problem.
So I got primarily 2 sticking points on the Penguin. Just to put it out there, I think this show is peak. All right. But first off, on episode 7, Top Hat, when Sal takes Penguin, escorts him to his
I agree.
the
I
Charlie
know what
station.
criticism you're about to say, and I agree.
What?
I said I know what criticism you're about to say, and I agree. It's one of my favorites.
all right.
I don't know. Well,
Um,
people at home don't know what's going to be said.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right, when they get into the scuffle, and he has a heart attack, that I feel like that kind of came out of nowhere.
Oh, wait, that was your problem? Oh, no.
Yeah. Wait, what was your problem with it?
No. I don't care about the heart attack. He's like an old ass man, and his family just died, and he's in the middle of a fight. So I think the heart attack is fine. What's it called? My problem is how he goes into the place with like 4 guys. He doesn't line up any of the people under
Maroni
Penguins.
goons.
Yeah, like he
Oh
doesn't.
no, yeah, actually, that is a reasonable point.
He
I can
doesn't.
see
Yeah,
that.
he just goes in there and like, yeah, this is my shit. He doesn't like take any precautions so that they can't fight back. It's just like there's only 4 dudes compared to like Penguins like 30. It's
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
Yeah. I guess it's now a good time to say my only other criticism with the show. It's episode 3, I'm pretty sure. When they have the Maroni informant and they're at the funeral, they don't want anybody to know that this person is there, and yet for some reason they decide to not have a guy guarding the door when they like need to keep this a big secret, and they have a bunch of men that could have done the job, which allows Oz to go in and kill the informant undetected. I thought that was kind of stupid.
Well, my complaint has nothing on those 2 that you just said. But I'm just gonna go with it anyway. So I felt like it kind of came out of nowhere. You guys could maybe not think that, but when during the process of storycraft, like causal nexus is key. It's like the thing that story, like the writers have to kind of keep into account. What?
Are you saying like cause and effect?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're interchangeable. So it would have been an easier pill to swallow if, like, seeing him have a heart attack, if maybe on Golden Summit, when they were breaking bread, you know, him and Sophia, and they were eating the eggplant and tomato stew thing, and he kind of got riled up over the thought of his son and his wife. If they showed him having like chest pains and Sophia asked him if he was okay, but he brushed it off to keep his pride, you know. But maybe in an earlier episode when he was in prison, like they could have had him going to commissary and getting like OTC meds or something, you know, to make it so it leads into him having a heart attack, because it, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I see what you mean when you say it, like it kind of comes out of nowhere. I still think it makes sense though, like why.
No, yeah,
exactly
with
that
a guy
happened.
his age, of course, he wouldn't be in complete tip-top shape, but I'm just saying.
I think the only thing I can say is I think they do. The only thing that I think kind of foreshadows it is like anytime he gets really pissed in the prison, they're like telling him to calm down, like his wife, and stuff.
No, yeah, I can see what you're going with. They do establish that he has kind of a temperament that gets the better of him. Like he goes off the rail with him swinging the golf club in Oz's apartment and all that shit. And
Yeah.
Sophia kind of uses that, but I think it would have made it better if what made him die was that and not a random heart attack. I don't know exactly how you would rewrite the scenario, but something that has to do with his him getting angry.
Yeah, I got you.
Batnick just brought up he also got stabbed repeatedly a few episodes ago. In case that's.
Well, he wasn't arguing that it doesn't make sense.
He got stabbed in the stomach area though, not in the chest. Like if he was bleeding out, and that's kind of what caused that to happen, I guess. But that was, if I remember correctly, episode 7 takes place a few days after that. So.
I suppose the idea would be that his health being a point of question it's already kind of being set up earlier.
I guess the only thing I'm seeing is like him being told to calm down when he's really mad, and the fact that like his mental health is just deteriorating as shit continues to happen.
Okay, I guess that doesn't hold up. It's fine. The other thing is, you guys might have seen this a plethora of times. I don't really follow your social medias, but you're probably tired of hearing this. Batman not appearing, it's not an issue on the front of it, and they sort of made up for it with the bat signal at the end of the last episode. But doesn't that affect the world building a little? Because the point of the Batman was that he was having an effect on the city, and he wants to instill fear on the heart of the criminal element. But
so
in the entire show, they don't mention him once. We don't see any sort of fear from.
Well, it's a big city, and he can't be.
So I was about to say, so like in the beginning of the monologue, like obviously, Batman is having an impact on the city. There's criminals and shit that are scared of him, but like throughout the Batman, there's obviously people still like doing stuff. Like not everyone's afraid of him. There's still gonna be people out there committing crime. There's gonna be stuff that's gonna happen, and Batman just can't stop it because he can't be everywhere. In the city. So I think it's fine that he doesn't show up. I will say it's kind of weird that like they're so worried about the cops and stuff, but they don't say they're worried about Batman. I guess that part I can kind of agree with.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not really Batman appearing though. It's like his absence makes sense within the context of the series, and I'm like Matt Reeves said in one of those interviews, it would have taken away from the show if he was like in there. But I'm saying maybe a name drop once or twice from Oz or Sophia's goons or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's these things that I mentioned aren't really indictments on the show. Like at best, they're well, the Batman thing is persistent, but the heart attack thing, like altogether, these are more relegated to individual episodes, and like overall, the show is still like I'd say a 10.
I gotcha.
That's about it. That's all I had to say.
All right.
Just want to see your side of things.
All right, thank you for coming on. SK, do you want to watch the How to Train Your Dragon live action trailer?
Fine. I mean, if we're waiting for people, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because I want to watch it too. Let's see.
Right now? Because we still have one person.
Yeah, it'll be like 2 minutes. It's fine.
All right. You'll likely have to be pausing for obvious copyright issues. So.
Well, I don't know. It's a trailer, so I don't know if it'll.
No, it will. It will. Especially when it's like fresh and out right now.
All right.
Just like.
Is this an actual official teaser trailer? Okay. I mean, I guess all I'm gonna say is I don't really care if there's copyright right now.
Wow.
Let me check the description. Ow, you motherfucker!
What just happened?
Cat. God damn.
I will shoot your fucking cat.
Alright, if you wanna watch, I wanna watch it in full, so I'm not gonna lie.
I'll just hold up. Let me put a cover then. In that case, let me put a cover. Cause
oh wait, in this concept trailer. Wait, this is a concept trailer. This isn't the official. Where's the official one?
What are you doing?
Yeah, where's the live action trailer? Did the? Oh, it's just teasers. Oh yeah.
Oh, so there's no trailer?
I guess not. I thought there was.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw people talking about it.
Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, but there was leaks. Toothless looks good.
I don't see the purpose of it.
Yeah, I don't either. This is like one of the leaked things.
Wonderful.
It's made by the director. I'm sure the writing will be good. It's not Disney after all. It is DreamWorks.
It's not Sweet Baby
Inc. So, if they pull through and it's just as good as the animated movie, good on them. I still don't think it. They don't think it needs to exist. They're bringing back Gerald Butler, and he's gonna be playing Stoic.
Okay.
In live action, so.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get the next disagreement on the line. Starkstar, welcome back. What's the disagreement and tell us why?
Hang on. 1 second. Hang on.
Yeah, just pause the stream.
It's just. Okay, here I am. Okay. Hang on. Just quick question before I get started. You guys gotta ask, like, you guys don't think I'm some kind of NPC who just accepts everything and doesn't criticize.
I'm sorry. Is this a disagreement?
Yes.
What's
Yes, I
happening
do.
right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Because the whole NPC thing, I don't think either of us said you're an NPC.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Then never mind. Then I'll take that as a no. Okay, here. Okay, here we go. Here's my disagreement. It's on Batman vs Superman. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I mean, you've probably heard the common criticisms that Batman.
One second, Stark. Junk, gotta give me a heads up on these streams. We do this every week. We give a heads up. Stop giving excuses. You just don't want to come on. Goddamn.
Junk, I'm sorry to say, I even said in my Ben Shapiro one where I verbatim say, if you want to specifically schedule one, if you have a specific debate request, we accept those. So if you specifically want to debate something and you want it at a very specific time, you can reach out and request it. We've done that before. Anyway, sorry, Starkstar, go on.
Okay, now where was I? Oh, yes. You probably heard the common criticism that Batman shouldn't be killing in this movie, but you see,
well, I mean, just to clarify my position before we proceed, I don't think it's strictly an issue that he kills people in these movies. This is consistent with this version of the character. Clearly, he's growing more paranoid. He's growing more. I guess his attitude towards reforming criminals is souring, and he's starting to change. So I think I guess the discussion would be: does the change work? Does his arc work? Not specifically if he kills people.
So you guys don't take issue with that, do you?
In isolation, no. Well, I guess the only thing I'd really say is odd is when I guess how they present the Martha scene, because how they make it seem like is that Batman all of a sudden doesn't want to kill Superman because he says the name Martha and it makes him realize, oh, I'm being just like the guy that killed that killed my parents. But I think it's a little strange that like it's just how they present it is, oh, he hears the word Martha and then he calls back to hearing his mom's name being said by his father on the ground.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm just thinking to myself, he already knows that Clark has a family. So what is he actually learning here? Like what is he actually what's changing him here?
They're trying to do like the whole Superman's really like more human than I am. Superman's like, oh my god, he's not just an alien, but like Batman already fucking knows this.
He already knows he has parents. He says, I bet your parents taught you that you mean something, that you were sent here for a reason. So my question is, why does he change? Why would he change?
Okay. Should address that. If he only said save his mother, he probably said he wouldn't care and kill him anyway. But like you said, that made him thought of when his mother named Martha was killed and Superman is more human than he.
What if Superman's lying? From Batman's perspective, what if Superman's lying?
I mean, he was trying. He was trying to like reason with him at the beginning of the fight. So
yeah, but what if that's a lie?
Why doesn't Superman just speed blitz Batman and fucking take his armor off immediately?
One at a time.
No, I just wanted to say that.
Okay. I can see you're not serious. Okay. Hey, anyway, well, given. I mean, he has been doing the whole crime thing for years, right? He probably can tell when someone's lying and someone's not. So it's
so
not
the
impossible.
whole point of Batman in this movie is that he doesn't trust Superman and doesn't think he's earnest about his intentions to help people.
He thinks he's a threat that needs to be taken out as soon as possible.
Like, remember, he also said there's even a 1% chance that he's our enemy. So there could be a 1% chance that he's lying, and he wouldn't take that. Even if it's a 1% chance he's lying to him, why would he change?
Okay, I'll have to think about that detail more. Anyway, like, I mean, okay, moving on.
Real quick, people in chat that are making fun of him like stuttering and stuff, that's not cool. Or his voice, that's not cool.
Thanks for that. Okay, yeah. Hey, anyway, I suppose you guys have an issue with Lex Luthor's characterization in this movie, right?
I mean, Lex Luthor's character, I mean, the main thing I really have issue with is his plan, and I suppose, like, his reason, I guess his explained reason to hate Superman. Like, okay, so, I guess, I understand what he's going for in the sense that Lex Luthor was envious of Superman. All of the praise that Superman gets, is what Luthor wanted, and he also says something to the effect of like, Superman helps all these people, but he never got help from his childhood trauma or whatever. I feel like there's a little more they could have done with that to develop it, but also I don't think his plan works for the motivation that they're going for. And I guess, to be fair, I probably have to look at the film again. But there's just some blatant stuff that just doesn't work that Lex would know would ruin his chances. Like, for example, he uses LexCorp specific bullets on the scene of the crime that Lois Lane is able to pick up because one of these bullets was like, she collected one of them. I don't know why his own manufactured bullets would be used to frame Superman. That seems really stupid.
What I want to know, the movie never addresses this. I don't know how he knows that Superman can't see through lead.
I mean, it's a flimsy one, but I think it is possible that maybe Superman offhand mentioned it before, that he can't see.
Why would he mention that?
It could literally just be a case of he's working, I don't know, with the police to stop a robbery. They'll say, look through it, and he's like, I can't see through lead or something. Like, I think that's entirely possible that at least at one point during the 3 years that he would have said offhand, for any context whatsoever, that yeah, I can't see through lead. I don't think that's a huge stretch by any means.
That's no, that's kind of a leap, but I guess.
I mean, yeah, I do have to do some legwork for that, but it's like, is it impossible? Not really. There's many ways it is possible, so I don't really care to pinprick that. Especially for someone as observant as Lex Luthor and obsessed as Lex Luthor, I'd expect him to note these details.
Okay, here we go. Plan. Okay. Well, I mean, he is I think what we're supposed to convey for them is like, it's kind of like overconfident and what he does, and he thinks the plan is foolproof. I mean, I think this has been common for Lex Luthor over the years with his plans, especially.
Luthor, yeah, I understand that, like, you know, he's gonna be arrogant and shit, but I don't think Lex Luthor would be so stupid to think that using his own manufactured bullets that people would realize are manufactured by LexCorp, I don't think he'd be stupid enough to use that while he's trying to frame Superman. I mean, he's trying to burn the bodies and shit. It's like, okay, so you have that going. You can at least blame Superman for that. But how do you start to explain bullets that were manufactured by LexCorp? That's where it starts to fail.
Well, I mean, the public in this movie and Man of Steel happen to show to like take anything at face value.
That's not how Lex Luthor thinks. He doesn't believe they should just go by word of mouth, especially since that's not how the legal system works. The legal system works off evidence, and he would know that.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. Hang on, give me a sec. Okay, I'll think about that one more later. What do you think? What do you guys think of Wonder Woman's role in this movie?
That's pointless.
She's there.
Yeah, and she's not a great actress either. Yeah, and she also doesn't even fully make sense. Like, so she somehow hears that Batman is doing this operation at Lex's party. She somehow beats Batman to whatever it is he needed to retrieve, even though she wasn't even watching what he was doing, and she has no super hearing or anything. And then I don't know how that happened, and that seems like a really contrived way to force her into the plot, especially since all it really does is establish like the Justice League, which we didn't really need to see. We don't need like a few minutes spent on that in the climax, especially. I don't see, like, I feel like she was just shoehorned in there just to set up the Justice League and nothing else.
The only thing really cool about her inclusion was the music.
I mean, the whole point is to like to show this that the DC universe is already established. I mean,
yeah, but you can do that in ways without shoehorning characters. You can do it in ways that are natural within the story.
Well, have an example of something doing that right?
The Batman, or sorry, not the Batman, the Penguin, and everything we've seen and how that sets things up. Like Arkham Asylum, for example, that's a huge element of the Batman mythos, but they do it in a way that fits the story and fits the world building. It's not there just to set up other supervillains.
Yeah, and it's just, I just,
What's up?
I mean, we. Oh, hey,
No, go on,
hey,
go
sir.
on. I was just greeting him.
Yeah, me too. But anyway, it's just, it's just that they're, well, only, well, at least she still contributes to, whole- to like the overall plot. So,
Well, yeah, but like I said, she doesn't really add anything outside of just setting up the Justice League. Like, she doesn't even have a character in this movie. She doesn't have anything going for her. She's just there to add on to the Justice League side plot of the secret information that Lex has.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. Doomsday. Doomsday. Like, other than a goal, he said Doomsday's transformation doesn't make any sense, but it's just, well, it's.
I don't think we said that. I think we just said it was lame in the movie and underwhelming. Like, he's built up to be this this big threat that Superman can't take on. It's his end or whatever, and then he kind of just gets taken out pretty easily by the end. Well, not I shouldn't say pretty easily. That's bad wording. But fairly quickly. It didn't feel like that big of an event, especially since there were ways they easily could have avoided that. I think the fight.
I mean,
was
like,
just nonsensical.
Death of Superman, like, that's like a whole, like, what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's a way bigger event. I mean, just imagine real quick, right? So let's say Batman shoots the kryptonite pellet at Doomsday, and then Wonder Woman arrives with the kryptonite spear, and then in the background, while this is happening, Superman at a distance shoots lasers at Doomsday while he's affected by kryptonite. Like, who's gonna win that? Like, the landslide victory right there. Because, like, just to establish a scenario, if Zod had kryptonite on Superman, like if Superman was being affected by kryptonite and Zod was just far away and he decided to laser Superman, Superman is dead.
Well, yeah. Well, it's just about that is Superman throughout this film wanted to like prove to the world that he's a hero. So by sacrificing himself, he's doing so.
The sacrifice isn't to prove himself to the world; it's because the world needs him.
Isn't that the same thing?
No. It's funny because Deadpool and Wolverine actually just explicitly outlines this difference, where he's like, you know, I'm not doing it because I need it. I'm doing it because they do.
My bad. And you. Well, one other thing, you guys don't have a problem with them changing Doomsday's origin because that's been happening a lot in several pieces.
I just don't really, I just don't find it interesting. That's all I really have to say. I mean, I guess Doomsday's origin is stupid in the sense that, apparently, Lex Luthor was able to get a hold of. I can't remember exactly how the plot played out, but it was something to the effect of he tested the kryptonite on Zod's body, and then he needed to get approval to get into the ship or whatever. It's so weird how it's done that he's able to use this ship and its contents, but like he isn't watched at all. He isn't monitored at all by the government. That's really weird to me. especially since this is alien technology. You'd want some kind of like surveillance on that.
He shoved the Jolly Rancher up a guy's throat. So
Yeah.
you can't check his DM.
Okay. Okay. You notice? As you may have noticed, I may have kind of stumped. I was kind of stumped after your kind of car arguments. I suppose I wasn't fully prepared, but
Okay, well, in that case,
what's
hold on.
happened?
In that case, if you're not fully prepared, we can always save like the Snyderverse talk for later. Because, like I said a few days ago, I am planning a series covering the
Sir, what the
DCEU.
fuck?
So, we don't have to do all this now. Especially since I'm gonna have more definitive points myself later on these movies. Because I haven't rewatched them in a while.
I got jump scared by that this morning.
Well, thanks for having me, my friends. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Before we
I
get the
think
next
that's a
one in,
banger.
I want to announce something. Stir and I have gone through the EFAP Guardians of the Galaxy 3 breakdown. Shit, total shit. There was not a single good point made. We've started the script. The doc is pretty lengthy. Just for like notes alone, we have so many notes, like 10 pages worth of them. And I've started writing the script for the actual response itself yesterday. Their points. EFAP is fucking cancer. I'm just gonna say that. What I was listening to last night as I was trying to like prepare counterpoints, what they are like the definition of overweight overthinkers. Overweight overthinkers. That's what it strikes me as. Like, what the fuck was I listening to? That was horrendous. It was horrible. And that's just the beginning. Like, I'm just talking about the opening 10 minutes they covered. Total crock of shit.
Have you considered it's a problem that the man baby isn't the best fighter?
But yeah,
Why did Haivo blow up the planet?
why did Peter leave?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Peter killed the
it's
footnote.
total hog shit. It's total cancer to get through.
Hogwash.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
That should be releasing like on Christmas. That's the plan. On Christmas Day, I'll drop it.
It was a Christmas Eve, man.
Impact says, tell Colin I'd love to argue my takes about Spider-Man 2 PS5 respectfully in Discord or in chat. I have lots of problems with the storytelling and decisions made of certain characters.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you kind of said it earlier, so, but I've just reminded him in case you wanted to make it more known, I guess.
Connor, do you still even like have the fight in you?
For what? That game story?
Yes. Do you still even have it anymore?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I stopped
Exactly.
caring months ago, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So Colin doesn't care if League Entertainment misrepresents art.
I dropped a bomb and then left. I dropped my video and left. That was my plan. That was the goal.
So Collington Gant doesn't care if League Entertainment misrepresents art.
Yeah.
Joker 2 grand.
Matt Hodgkinson said, "Is Guardians 3 the worst EFAP take that I've covered?" Yes, it is the worst. It is horrifically bad.
I mean, they did say in The Boys season 2, why isn't the racist more racist?
They did say that.
As a
Yeah, that's
criticism.
true. But it's like, well, that's the thing. We haven't gone through the whole Boys season 2 thing. I don't really want to. I really don't want to. Like, I feel like hearing why is the racist not more racist? It's like, okay, so this is the level of argumentation we're dealing with here.
Man,
I don't know.
more videos coming out eventually.
All right.
It's gonna make 10 years.
You wanna?
Yeah. I assume Randy was next.
Yeah, I think
Looks like
Randy
it.
was.
JP said, tell Colin I said, hey, handsome lipstick emoji.
No comment.
What's up, Randy? What is your disagreement and tell us why?
That's a clip.
Randy, are you here?
Hello? Can you hear me?
You are quiet.
Alright, y'all can hear me, right? Just making sure.
I mean, yeah, either
Yeah,
you'll have to speak up or you'll have to increase your mic volume.
My disagreement is I think the Penguin episode 1 is trash.
Why is it
Okay.
trash?
This is my first debate, so I think it'd be easier for me to remember all the points if you could like pull up some of the scenes. I can remember the first one easily, but just for the other one.
I mean, we
I mean,
can't
you
really
can-
pull up the scenes that easily because there's always going to be copyright issues. If you have points against it, it's best to have them written in notes, so you just know what you're gonna say.
Alright, guess we'll start with the first one. So, my first point is the scene when Oswald is walking out to his car and he sees Victor and his group, like,
Yeah.
trying to steal the rims off his car. So, he scares off the kids, and then he gets to Victor, and he gets him, or he says, "You're gonna work for me now," and he gets him to help hide the body. Why does he? Well, first of all, like, why does he, as a mob boss who's trying to hide a body, why would he trust some kid who tried to steal from him to hide a body? Like, I know he's got like trouble with his smelly, gross foot and whatever, but like, I don't think it's like very smart for him to trust the kid to like trust Victor to help him hide the body, and then he later like tells him who it is, that it's like the next heir to the Falcons.
I mean, he never really
So-
trusted him. He kept him on a leash the whole time.
That is
I
true.
was gonna I want to say he was about to kill him after and he does like SK said, he never really trusted him fully, and he kind of like puts the fear of God in him, like if he snitches or says anything that he's gonna die, and like he can tell Vic's pretty fucking like scared and like out of his element, so I think he can rely on that. Also it'd be kind of hard for Vic anyway to even get in contact with like the Falcons.
Well, it's not really about like getting in contact with him. Like if he were to like, let's just say he gets caught by the cops, or he meets up with some of his friends, or one of those scenarios.
Yeah.
He gets caught by the cops. There's a potential that he could rat on Oz and say, "Hey, I got info on this murder case. If y'all let me go," and he like tells them like, Oswald basically killed, the son of Roz Elko, is that his name? Killed this that guy's son. So
Carmine
that
Falcone.
say that again.
Carmine Falcone.
Where's his proof that Oz did it?
That, well, he literally just tells him like after, like he tells him who.
Yeah, I know, but what evidence would Vic be able to bring to the police that Oz was the one who killed him for sure?
Shit.
Especially since the police right now are dealing with a lot on their plate right now. Like, the city is fucked, like beyond belief. They don't
Yeah,
have
Riddler
time
flooded the city.
for cases like. They don't have time for cases
Why did he flood
that
the
don't have
city?
anything right now, I would assume.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Okay, next point is, when, Oz is first asked by, oh my god, I'm sorry, what's the girl's name? It's
Sophia?
Sophia. So, he's asked for the first time by Sophia, have you seen Alberto, what happened to him? And then the first thing he says is, I think I better go, which he may be just like too nervous, but I think it's like very suspicious it would be very suspicious easily for him to say something like that. And even when
He only says the. I'm pretty sure he only says I think I better go after he was getting bitched at by the other Falcone, so I don't think it really is suspicious if he just walks out and doesn't answer a question because the other Falcones are like telling him to fucking leave, and if he falls in line, that's less suspicious because that's what Penguin does, from what Sophia knows of him.
yeah, but he says that like right after her asking that question, so it would bring a little suspicion. Like she would probably ask somebody to keep an eye on him at least.
What?
She would ask one of her I don't know, like somebody from the warehouse or one of her like guards that you see like in the drug bust later on when the Oswald's like trying to like chase the band down. She was seen with like a couple of big dudes.
What is her watching him even? What would that even achieve? Her brother's already dead.
No, like to see what he does, see if like they catch him like saying anything that would.
How would they do that?
Listening to him or following him from a distance.
They follow him from a distance. Why would Oz be just talking about the murder that he just committed? And how would they even get close to him to hear that? Wouldn't he know he would be being followed? Why would he say that around someone he doesn't trust or know?
Well, it'd be kind of hard to explain, but it'd be like if they were like listening through maybe. I don't know. I don't have anything to say about that, but basically, just like using some kind of tech to like hearing his conversation with Victor, especially when he says to Victor like once earlier, this is Alberto Falcone. They could catch him slipping at some point. Maybe not.
She never even. That was before she even knew he was dead. She didn't even know he was dead. She thought he was just missing at this point.
Well, it doesn't have to be like. I'm just saying that as an example, not that. But later on, like not like later after that, maybe in the.
I'm a little confused what you're talking about now.
I don't know.
Like what? I mean, I can pull up this show. I just don't know what.
Yeah, it'd just be a little easier. Like this is my first time on here, so
What episode is this? Episode 1?
Yeah. Honestly,
Do you know what specific scene? Or a timestamp?
I don't know the specific timestamp. It's just the first, like the scene where like he meets Sophia for the first time, like in the mansion.
One sec.
Colin, I think that song I sent you should be the intro of the show.
Nah, bro, we already got a Disagreement Day song.
Sorry, tonight. Big Fat Liam. A bitch getter.
Game over, game over.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Scout, I was looking through that tweet I sent you, and I might have just been sleep deprived, but I didn't see the part where it said like they cut out the part. Isn't that background detail of Scarecrow still in the show?
I don't know. If that's a post-credit scene, I probably missed it, but it's whatever.
I think it's in a background scene in the show. Like it's just in the.
Oh, okay. While we wait, someone just said, SK, you're going to complete the propaganda trilogy by looking at how the Sonic movies are apparently propaganda. Look, the whole propaganda shit, that word should be fucking banned. I'm so sick of that term. Propaganda. I would love to hear that word banned because nobody has used it properly from what I've heard.
That shit is so fucking stupid. I agree.
Yeah. But you know, as a totally wise man once said, you know, either you don't understand what propaganda is, or you truly don't empathize with issues people have with police and media. Please empathize with our stupid points. Please, thank you.
So Randy, she asks him again, and he like says, he says, he's the boss now, so he's a busy man. I'm sure he's fine. She says they said the same thing, and he's like, well, they would know. I don't really see why she would like need to do what you're saying.
Well, I don't know if it's he said it's before or after what you just said, but
Well, no, he says he's got to go because they're like telling him like
no, I was gonna
get
say
out.
if he says something else. I was saying I don't know if he says the next thing before or after, but I was gonna say
Okay. Bye.
he
See you later.
says I went, well, not word for word, but he basically just said I went to his house last night. I hung out with him, and you know she's like, you went to his house, and you're like, yeah, and he's a drug addict, like he's on some strong crazy shit. And I don't know the exact lines.
Are you talking about when they're eating dinner?
Yes, when they're eating dinner, he says he went to her house and that he told her that he was a drug addict.
Hold on. Alberto told me he was at the club last night to get in my father's loft. Then I hear today they talking about revolution in the drug business. It doesn't sit right.
What are we looking for?
I'm sorry, I'm just going through the scene. I don't even know it. He says, she says, well, I'm gonna ask again, where is his brother? Because, Penguin was talking about this shit. Penguin's like, yeah, I thought we were both in on this. He was keeping us both in the dark, but Alberto trusted me, and my stupid mouth, you know, I screwed it up. Hold on. Maybe you could put in a good word. I don't want to put that on you, but he was so passionate about his plan. I thought there's no reason not to move forward just because he's on another bender.
Sophia's saying this?
No, Penguin is.
Oh. And then at one point he says, do you want to go to the pool party and relax? I think that's like, I think that should bring some concern to her because it would be reasonable to assume or to think that like, oh, that this sounds pretty suspicious. He might be leading me into a trap, but that obviously would be stupid if he actually tried to assassinate her because you know she would. Some of the informants will probably go after him.
I don't. What part of that episode? I don't even know what you're talking about now. Like I'm so.
It's okay. It's the he says it after I think after what you just said in the dinner scene in episode 1.
After the dinner scene.
He says it after the dinner scene. Okay. I don't know what else to say. I guess we could just move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This one I'm probably the most confident about. This is all in episode 1. I haven't seen the other episodes because, like, I was just like, so I didn't like the episode to the point where I didn't want to watch the other ones. So that's like an hour long. So the next point is that when he goes to his mother's house with Victor, and he gives her the same necklace that Alberto gave her. She asks him what's wrong, and then he tells her that tells her about like what he did at the beginning of the episode and what all the events leading up. And I think it's not a good idea to be telling your family and be telling them shit like that.
That's not that in the case of Oz. That's no, because he wants his mom. That's like one of his big character traits. He wants his mom to be proud of him, that he's like making moves and doing stuff like that. And also, his parent, like his the Falcones don't even know his mom is alive or where she is. So I don't. What's the problem?
The problem is that, well, I mean, you kind of just debunked it, but like, is that if someone from the Falcons came over, not only would they potentially, or they probably would recognize that necklace, and she'd also have information about like Oswald because well, he told her that. But if they don't know about her being alive, then
Yeah. Alright, is that everything?
no, I think I'm trying to think of one more before I go. This is way earlier in the scene in the episode 1 when Oswald takes Victor to his house. He goes in and he puts Alberto's ring in his drawer, his nightstand drawer. I think that's really stupid of him to do because he could either have cops investigate his house at some point, or he could have someone from the
That's not his house. That's his mother's house.
That's not his house. Hello?
Are you talking about his apartment or his mom's house?
His apartment.
Oh, I mean, he puts the ring in like a secret compartment, so I don't know how they would even find that.
I mean,
And again, like even if they went to the cops, like there's no evidence of it. Like I don't think they would even be able to find that ring. And I don't think Vic would snitch on him at this point. I don't think Penguin would think that he would, because like, you know, most people in Gotham, they don't even like to deal with the cops. The Falcones definitely wouldn't get the cops involved, so I don't, like, I'm just lost on what the problem is.
well, I don't think they would. Falcons and the cops would be working together. It'd be like just two separate, like, parties. Like they're.
Yeah, but he's not even on the suspect list.
Well, he might potentially become a suspect.
How?
Because, okay, I think that's all. This is not.
Alright.
I was thinking I was gonna come in here like being like the next fucking Jack Kettner, since y'all don't have him in your streams anymore. So
I don't think anyone can replace Jack Kettner.
Yeah, he's one of a kind.
maybe one day I could fill in the shoes. But
I just want him to return, you know.
I don't think those are shoes you want to fill.
I don't think he would ever want to come back after he got dogs, right?
I don't know.
I mean, not even.
I mean, he's still a trooper. He's still fighting hard on on old Twitter there, as I could see.
Does Grant Paulson or Noodles even come on here anymore? I never see them anywhere.
Well, Grant's gonna come one day, for Revenge of the Sith. But Noodles doesn't. Noodles doesn't.
Damn. Yeah, I am clearly fucking up on the first time, but you know, it's whatever. I might come back with more thought out points, but yeah, I just wanted to come on here about Penguin because I hear everyone talk about the show and I just didn't like it, but you know, I haven't seen the rest of the show. I just watched the first episode.
All right.
Alright,
Well,
so,
thanks for coming on.
Yep.
Goodbye. Ozzy is next. Ozzy, are you here?
Oh. Oh, hello.
How's it going? What's your disagreement and tell me why?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
I forget what the topic was.
I mean, it's various.
It can be anything.
Oh. This is my first time doing this. I haven't done much. Trying to think of things that are related to superheroes but aren't like reused topics. Sonic counts as a superhero, right?
Sonic?
Oh, we're talking about only DC films or anything?
I said it can be really about anything that like me or SK have had to take about that you disagree with. Like it doesn't really. But like you should probably come prepared with a disagreement. So.
Yeah, my bad.
All right. Well, if you can still come back, just like think of something, and I'll pull you back in here.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right.
Alright, see you later.
I think this guy was waiting. Verino? Venro? V3no Ro? Are you here? Alright. Nico, are you here?
Oh, hello.
You're echoing. Turn the stream off in the background.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to do that. My bad.
You're good.
Anyways, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of you and SK.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And just what I want to say, it can be a disagreement. It is about the Penguin show. Sorry if I seem a little nervous. I'm just really excited to finally be talking to you guys.
It's alright.
You're good.
All right, so I actually did take notes while before I came on here.
All right.
All right, so and if you guys don't see this as a problem, let me know. But I think this might be an issue. But if you guys don't see it as, then maybe you can try to convince me that it's not or something like that.
All right.
All right, so what I was saying is that so in the last episode where Oz is strangling Vic, which is really sad by the way, but not the point. So as he's strangling him, he's strangling him, and he's not like using gloves or anything like that. And so I was thinking, like, is it a bad move for Oz to just like strangle him like that and just leave his body around and like not throw him in the lake or anything like that? Because like, couldn't this lead to him lead to like fuck? Sorry, I'm just really nervous.
Yeah,
here.
no, I get your point. I don't really think there would be much evidence left around, because there was anything that would have had like fingerprints on it or whatever, I was kind of threw in the river. The only thing that could even possibly come up is like hair, which it's probably not going to be there by the time, or Oz wouldn't even be able to see it by the time like even the cops would even find the body and you start investigating all that. So I just don't know what evidence would be left.
So what I was thinking is that wouldn't it be possible for like his like hand or fingerprints to like be around his neck or something? Like wouldn't be able to find and examine a body or something?
He chokes him out with his. I mean, if anything, he chokes him out with his. Like he puts him in like a headlock, which his coat would even
Oh,
be covering.
does he?
And like yeah, and like fingerprints don't even show up on skin. I don't think.
Oh really? I'm not bad. I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't think they like. And I don't even think he used his hands to choke him out. I'm pretty sure he put him in a headlock.
Okay, it was like I could have sworn that it was his hands, but I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I mean, either way, even if it was his hands, which I don't think it was, there's not gonna be any fingerprints.
Oh, okay. Alright, so yeah, that basically just kind of why I wanted to discuss, see if it was an issue or not.
All right. Well, someone said he didn't throw the wallet in the river. It's next to Vic's body. What? Pretty sure he did throw the wallet in the river. I mean, either way, even if he didn't, like, he could have wiped his fingerprints off really easily of the wallet.
Yeah, I know for a fact he definitely did throw the ID into the lake for sure.
Yeah, I thought he threw the whole wallet in the lake. But again, even if he didn't, literally all it would take is like you get like a shirt or something and you wipe it and the fingerprints are gone.
There was another thing, but I'm not fully prepared, and I don't want to waste your guys' time with that. So I think that's it for now.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Have a good one. Goodbye.
You too. And keep up the good work.
I'm going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Well, what is your disagreement and tell me why?
Yeah, I'm trying to head to bed soon because I got like work tomorrow, so I'm just gonna speed run like a bunch of points I want to make. First off, Joker pretentious subtitle. I don't care what points you have to say. The only reason you like that movie because you can't get enough of the Joker's pasty white cock.
What the fuck, bro? Alright.
It's true, you can't get enough of it, bro.
Yeah, alright. Let's see if Venro, are you here now?
Yeah.
Alright. What is your disagreement and tell me why?
My disagreement is that SK is a McDonald's badass.
Wow. Doing this again?
Sorry.
Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Alright.
Trying to assassinate me on live TV once again.
Ozzy, are you ready?
Oh. Is this more of a suit hot take on Spider-Man's part?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you.
It's more of a.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, hello. This is more of a suit hot take.
Suit.
I mean, I don't really.
Yeah, it's more of a suit hot take on Spider-Man's part.
I can't really argue about if the suit is objectively good or not. I don't know.
I like the integrated suit more than the Randy suits.
The integrated suit?
I like the integrated suit more.
Is that the one from No Way Home?
Yeah, I actually really like that suit.
I mean, I think the suit's like a 6 at best, but you know.
I always say it's my
I
favorite
can't really
suit.
argue with you about a suit, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, a suit.
All right. Is that what you What you had?
I thought I was. The other stuff I say will probably I have nitpicks about is just like the community itself about Spider-Man. But gotta be honest, they're kind of spoiled.
It sucks, but yeah, it's agreement day.
Yeah. I can only think of things that you would agree with. And I haven't really watched any DC films, so sorry.
It's all good. I mean, it's not only about DC stuff. All right. Well, I guess for next time, just like, you know, think of something you got a strong disagreement with if you want to come on.
Well, I don't really know much about and what things about you disagree with, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess just go through videos. That's the only thing I can say.
Oh, I do have one.
All right.
I actually enjoyed Loki.
Loki?
I actually enjoyed that show.
I mean, I don't remember all my criticisms, but like off the top of my head, the Sylvie, his character assassinated in the final episode.
Yeah, I should have somewhat of an okay memory of Loki.
I also kind of like Secret Wars.
Secret Wars?
I actually kind of like that show.
You mean Secret Invasion?
Oh, Secret Invasion, my bad. With the Nick Fury, the one where Skrulls and Nick Fury and all that stuff. I kind of like it.
Did you watch my video on it?
Not yet, but I just heard people hate it.
Well, I mean, I made a video with my criticisms of the show, so if you want to watch that, then come back with the points.
Usually I just watch things that I was like, I enjoyed that, and then like I see other people like, okay, I see the flaws.
Mm-hmm.
When I see other people point it out. I did make the poor decision to watch almost every single MCU piece of content. I did make that poor decision, and I enjoyed most of it, other than She-Hulk.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, not really that much of an argumentative person.
I mean, it's all good. I'm just saying, like, if you don't have a disagreement, then like, kind of gotta.
Okay, I'll leave.
Yeah. All right. Oh, look who it is.
Oh, look who finally showed up.
John 2008.
Hello, SK. Remember
I'm ready
Monroe?
for you.
I sent an assassin after you, so it's not just a 1v1. It's a 2v1 now, buddy.
Really?
It's like John Wick, bro. He's got hitmen everywhere.
Yep, I got hitmen everywhere.
Well, don't you worry, because I've got the police, and as you know, the police are easy ways to protect yourself in media.
Nah, you're cooked, SK.
I'm not cooked. Wait,
you
cooked?
shall be destroyed.
Cooked?
Don't come at the king. Don't come at the king, because you will
Cooked
get
up?
destroyed, SK.
Cooked up?
You will get cooked.
John 2008, you ain't shit. You're nothing but a Jonathan Sampson ripoff, you fucking loser. You can't do fucking shit. You couldn't assassinate someone if you had to save your fucking life. You ain't shit. John 2008? Jonathan Sampson 2008?
Nah.
Trying to assassinate me on live TV, and you failed. Every single time you failed. I'm still kicking here. I'm still here.
And I got another assassin.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send another assassin, and I'm gonna kill him like John Wick.
I got assassins everywhere. I got assassins everywhere.
You sound like you're choking when you laugh.
And you will be added to my
you
cheeseburger collection. Hamburger.
You disgusting rodent.
Hamburglar.
I beat the shit out of you.
Nah, I'd win.
Yeah. Jonathan 2008. Fucking weak coward.
Nah.
You ain't fucking shit. You ain't fucking shit.
Nico Kittner.
You failed every fucking assassination
You failed,
attempt.
Nico
You failed
Kittner.
every fucking attempt. At least Arthur Fleck was actually successful with what he did on the Murray Franklin show. You couldn't do shit. You have the gun aimed at my face and you pointed it at your fucking toe, dumbass. Fuck you.
I pointed it towards your cheeseburger.
Please trust me. I'm a good assassin, guys. Please trust me. I'll get him this time. Please, guys.
And now I got you this time.
Oh,
Now
I
you're
got
about
you
to
this time. I got
catch
you this
this
time.
cosmic fade.
That's what you said the last
You have
time.
to be turned
That's what you
into
said
a
the last time
hamburger.
before that. That's what you said the last time before that as
Imaginary
well.
technique.
Jonathan 2008.
Hamburglar.
Hamburglar.
What the fuck is happening?
Hamburglar. You eat too many fucking hamburgers. That's why you can't aim for shit, you fucking
You
fat
eat
ass
the whole
dumbass.
buildings of McDonald's,
You
SK.
eat whole buildings of McDonald's. And yeah. If I'm so big, then how come you keep missing? How come you keep missing? You keep missing.
Oh,
Hello?
2v1 now. It's a 2v1.
Oh, really? It's a 2v1.
Hello?
now. The other assassin is here
Yeah,
now.
Oh, the other
just to make it
assassin's here
clear.
now?
Don't come at the king now.
Don't
will
come at
be-
the king. You will get destroyed.
Nah, you will get destroyed.
You'll get
SK.
destroyed. You'll get destroyed.
Holy fuck.
You need to bring your
Nah,
buddies
you're-
here. You
you're
gotta bring
gonna
your fellow
lose.
assassins here. You
For
gotta bring
some reason-
all your fellow assassins here. You gotta put a bounty on my head because
For
you
some
can't
reason,
do
I'm
shit yourself.
shaking.
because
I got
you're
an army of
ineffective. If
assassins.
you're
I got
ineffective,
an
if you
army
were
of
competent,
assassins on my
you would have done it
server,
at
and
the
we will
time.
come for
You would have
ya.
finished me at the time if you were competent.
What-
You would have
for some-
finished me at the time.
For some reason, I'm
Nah.
convulsing.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah, I'd
Yes.
win.
You
Imaginary
didn't win
technique.
earlier. If you would win, you would have
Hamburglar.
done it way earlier. You didn't. I'm still here. You did not assassinate me. You did not
You will
assassinate
be
me.
destroyed,
John.
SK.
You failed. You
Happening
failed.
here.
John, you fucking
You shall-
failed. You fucking failed.
Hollow purple.
You fucking
You're gonna.
failed. You cannot win.
You stink.
You know, John, I've been laughing for the past hour that your mom died of cancer. I don't
Oh,
give a
damn.
fuck about any of you. I'm in this for
That
your
was a
money
bit
and your
harsh.
money
I
only.
gotta
That's
say that
all I
was a
care
bit
about.
harsh from
Alright.
you, SK.
I only do this show for money. That's it.
It was a bit
Okay?
harsh from
I don't
you,
do it to
you
I don't do this
McDonald's
to entertain
eater.
people. That's just a fucking scam. I don't give a
Hello,
fuck about any of
Gorlock the
you.
Destroyer.
I really hope you die of cancer. I hate every single one of you. Fuck the fans. No sarcasm.
I mean-
no joking. Fuck
I would
the
like to die of
fans.
cancer.
Thank you. You know, I see
I would
there's a
like
lot
to die
of
of
debate.
cancer.
You
I'm
know, is he
already dead
joking? Is
inside.
he being serious? Whatever. Of course I'm joking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I know
cancer
you're joking.
is a horrible thing. But it's not horrible enough.
I mean,
What I really mean
I'm-
is I
I'm
hope you
already-
get cancer, and I hope you fucking live the last fucking month of your life every single day, gasping for a breath of air, and living with the worst, horrible fucking pain of your life. For the last fucking time.
That sounds fun.
Fuck the
That
fans!
sounds fun, SK. That sounds like fun, SK.
For those watching and who want to clip this out of context, that's a joke. That's a Keemstar reference.
I am all.
No, SK.
I mean SK. I mean SK. I'm already dead inside.
I'm already dead inside, so
You're already
that on
dead
the
side?
outside
You
would
said you're already dead
wouldn't mean
side. That's
anything.
what you just said. You're already dead side.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir. I will not even dignify that argument with a response.
That argument with a response.
Sorry, if we got no more
I'm not-
disagreements, I kind of
Yeah,
want to go make some
I-
food.
Well,
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go as well.
Also, want to ask you,
Goodbye,
guys,
Colin.
who's the
Goodbye.
dumbest human-
Good.
Hold on. Who's the dumbest human being you have ever debated with, SK?
John 2008. John 2008.
Damn.
You can't assassinate anyone.
Well,
You can't
the
assassinate
dumbest people I've
'Cause you're
talked to
trash.
were
You're
Cuties
trash. You're
Defenders.
trash. You're trash.
No joke. Cuties Defenders are the
Yeah.
most retarded
Oh,
human
Cuties-
beings on
Oh,
planet.
Cuties Defenders.
I
yeah,
am Jonathan
they
Sampson,
belong in
and,
a mental institution.
Thanks for having me on Disagreement Day, and yeah, goodbye, sir.
Yeah, maybe you'll assassinate me next
I'm also gonna say I am Venro aka Closely. See you in the next disagreement.
Yeah. Let's see if you kill me this time. That was
Unless you
something.
wanna say the criticisms of Joker too.
Oh, the criticism of Joker 2. Do we want to do the Joker 2 debate right now?
I mean, I didn't hear it. The only one I heard was the
fence.
What?
The fence point.
The fence. Oh yeah, the Harley thing.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just for starters, right? So, when it comes to like trying to prove that someone is mentally ill in the court of law, if you actually do effectively prove that, then you can't just put that person on death row. That's just not going to work, and there's still a degree of arguing you need to do in order to get him in that position. So what happens in Joker 2 is that...
Wait, I'm confused.
Hang on.
What you just jumped?
You'll see where it's leading.
Yeah.
So, in Joker 2, the defense tries to prove that Joker is a split personality, even though there's no records of that whatsoever of Arthur having any kind of split personality disorders. What they actually need to prove is that he is mentally ill, he needs pills and stuff like that, whatever.
Well, wouldn't it not...
do have
well, hold
Arkham
on. Well, you kind of just made a point.
Well,
You
no,
said
I didn't finish the point.
Yeah. No, I know, yeah, but you did though, because you said there's no records, which would be
I didn't
leading
say
into your other part. Okay. Then I'm confused.
Criticism is that because they have all these Arkham records on hand, and they would have it from all the stuff that Arthur was doing over the years, instead of presenting all of that, just very simply, they decide, let's try to prove this guy has a split personality disorder, when there's absolutely nothing tying to that. They have no records of that, they have no proof of that. That is their approach in the court of law, instead of just showing all the Arkham records that he had in the first movie. And it's so not acknowledged that even like a psychologist or whatever says that he spent like 89 minutes evaluating Arthur Fleck, and he decided that he was just faking his mental illness, even though he doesn't think about the outcome of if they pulled all those Arkham records that he should also have access to. So I think that's just already stupid on the defense's side, and the prosecution has problems as well.
Well, I mean, there's a thing to get into with that. Well, like, what are the Arkham records that they would find? Like, the only thing that we saw from the first movie was like he had an abusive mother, which the court covers, which is like, you know, that's covered in the movie. So like, what records would they pull up that was like help? I guess
every single event with the psychologist that Arthur was with, they would have
they
all
did.
that.
Yeah, but
right.
they had that.
They proved that he does have a mental illness, and the guy who came on the stand, which by the way, that guy should be, if he is either.
Wait, I'm so lost. Wait. You didn't even.
Hang on.
Wait, I'm lost. Like, I'm asking you to clarify because I'm not following.
I am clarifying. He asserted that Arthur Fleck was faking his mental illness when there is concrete proof that he isn't. And if this professional psychologist went on the stand and said that, there's either they would include that because of his profession and the fact that he's too smart to mess this up, either that he's guilty of perjury or he's an unreliable witness, and that would immediately lose credibility on Harvey Dent's side.
They can't prove that. Wait, how would he lose credibility if what's it called?
One of their most reliable witnesses.
They can't. Well, they can't. Wait. They can't prove that he does have dissociative identity disorder. They're trying to prove that. They have no proof that he actually has that.
They're trying to prove a disorder that they don't have evidence of, instead of the disorders that they do have evidence.
Yeah,
of.
but who's? Yeah, but what? Yeah, but those other mental disorders wouldn't get him off of death row.
Why?
Because that's not how the court system in the universe works.
Why?
I don't know.
No. But like, so you're saying that in the courtroom where they're implied to argue that whether or not he does have a mental illness is key to whether or not he does get.
No. Yeah, but it's a specific mental illness. Because what mental illness would they be able to prove that would get him off death row, besides the dissociative identity
that Arthur
disorder?
Is delusional in Joker 1? Would we say that he suffers from delusions, or that he can't always tell what's real and what isn't?
Yeah, but that's the point of the what's it called? The dissociative identity disorder. Like, that's part of it. Like, when you can't.
No, sure. I know what you're going for.
Yeah.
The problem is that you don't need to prove he has dissociative identity disorder to prove that Joker has delusions, that he can't tell what is real and what isn't. I mean, what they can literally bring up is the fact that he was off his meds that night, which they can prove.
I mean, no, I'm saying, like, that would still feed into it. It wouldn't need to be that specific thing. But when it comes down to, like, delusions and stuff, like, they do bring that in. Like, the defense does bring that in. They're like, yeah, he's, like, they brought in one witness. But it would still come down to a jury's decision on whether they think that's, applicable. But you also have to take into account the fact that Arthur's just like, no, it's me. I did those things.
Well, we're
So he
talking
kind of
about-
he just gave up.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what happens earlier in the film.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's a court case, so obviously it's not gonna, the evidence put forward, because they brought the girl in. The girl that was brought in was for the purpose of like the delusions and stuff, right?
Which girl?
The black girl.
Okay. Okay, Sophie. Yeah. That was.
Yeah, like when
something
she was,
brought in
yeah,
for.
like when she was talking about like Arthur, her experiences with Arthur and stuff. They were talking about the what's it called? Did he seem like the same person? Da 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 da. I forget the exact dialogue, but she was talking
She
about
said,
like that
I
whole.
didn't know him.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I think that already essentially proves that, like, if Arthur is already having these delusions, these fantasies, you can't really, like, kill him off. Like, if he already has trouble distincting what's real and what's not real, then already that should, like, be a huge hit on Harvey Dent's case, because his whole case that he's trying to prove is that Arthur Fleck is faking his mental disorder, or his mental illness. And if he has somebody on the stand under oath, straight up saying, and he's supposed to be a professional too, if you have him on the stand saying, I think he's faking it, despite all these records, like, you're gonna make your side look stupid.
Yeah,
So
there's
that's
no
stupid of
records,
Harvey Dent.
but there's no records of Arthur being delusional.
There is his I don't remember her name, but the psychologist that he would always see on the regular, she has notes, she has all these records of this stuff. She even talked about his fantasies, the stuff. I mean, she would even testify and say, yeah, he would say, I didn't even know I existed for all these years, but now I do. Like, there's so much stuff that she has to work with, that she would bring up, and she even feels a level of
yeah, I
sympathy
get,
for
I
Arthur,
get,
so
I
think
guess
she would bring it up.
So I would have to look at it again to even look at it, but like even just going off what you're saying, what's the problem with Harvey losing?
What do you mean Harvey losing?
Like the court case. What's the problem if he doesn't get Joker on death row? Why would that be a problem that he loses a court case?
Well, the point is that the whole plot is surrounding this court case, and Harvey Dent's case is really stupid. Harvey Dent's like legal as far as his legal strategy when he's like the district attorney, he's just a total idiot when he goes about this, and the defense is also stupid.
I don't see like what does he have? Yeah, but like what does he have? What does he do that's stupid? Like that's my thing. 'Cause it's not like
he appoints the psychologist to say, I spent 89 minutes reviewing this stuff, and I conclude that I think he's even faking his mental illness, when that just reduces credibility for his side.
So that wouldn't be reducing credibility, because it would be something that would reduce credibility, but I don't think he was aware that it would, which I don't know how why.
The reason for that is because even like you don't even have to be a psychologist to know this, but if you actually review the Arkham records, then you would find that there is actually like concrete
What
evidence.
Arkham records?
Yeah, when Joker was sent to Arkham.
Yeah, where would be the records? Because the only thing you said that would prove the stuff was that therapist that he used to see.
Yeah, but that ties into the.
You're talking about the black therapist you used to see in the first movie, right?
Well, yeah, it's kind of a mixture of all of it. It's the mixture of the things that she would have to say, the mixture of the evidence of all the Arkham records that are involved with Arthur's the times he was acquitted to Arkham, the times they had to evaluate him, his backstory with his mother. Like, these are all the things that they would have to consider. So I think the angle of even trying to prove that he's not mentally ill, like that he's faking it when there's all this evidence against that idea, I think that's just stupid in itself.
So here's the problem. You don't really like the Arkham records, like, or whatever, of Arthur's mental health. The only thing you've shown me or you've provided was that one therapist lady, which I don't know how Harvey Dent like would have known that Arthur went to see her. We don't even know if the records that she had were something that was updated or was given publicly to like the city or whatever. Like, she could just be an independent therapist, like, people do that all the time. So I don't know how Harvey would have access to that. Well, that's one thing. What was the other thing you said?
I don't know what other thing I said. If we're talking about the defense I said that they shouldn't be trying to prove that it's a split personality, since there's actually no records that would have reflected that. On top of that, they already.
Well, no. I think well, like I said before, I don't think it's only the split personality they're trying to prove. I think they're also trying to prove that, like, with the purpose of the split personality, it's like they're trying to prove essentially that Arthur doesn't always know what he's doing. There's parts of him that are delusional. There's parts of him that are, like, not fully conscious of the actions that he's taking.
Right, but you don't need to, like, prove that he has DID in order to illustrate.
Well, you don't need to get hung up. Yeah, but you don't need to get hung up on the dissociative identity disorder, because it still would fall in line with what I just said.
Though. They do in the
film. No. Yeah, I agree, SK, but it still would fall in line with proving the delusions and stuff.
No,
because that's what dissociative identity. Yeah, but that would still be what dissociative identity disorder proved. Like, because if there's things that Arthur's deluding or things that Arthur's not fully conscious of, that would still fall in line with dissociative identity disorder.
No, it wouldn't. You don't have to.
Yes,
have
it would.
dissociative
Wait, yes,
identity. It's even.
Yes, it would.
I do want to mention real quick. It's even debated, like, amongst psychologists, I think, if dissociative identity disorder is even a real.
We're not. That's an appeal to reality, SK.
Well, I mean, they're
like, obviously
in this movie they're taking elements from reality, and even
in
the movie it's considered
fictionalizing
ambiguous if he even has that.
No, I agree.
We know in the film straight up he doesn't have that. So if that's the case, then, like, why would they? If they don't even have full credibility.
Yeah, I don't think you're following. You're not. Yeah, but you're not following what I'm saying completely. The symptoms of dissociative identity disorder is what they're trying to prove. That's what I'm saying. So the symptoms of Arthur not being fully conscious of his actions, the symptoms of him being delusional, those would be symptoms of dissociative identity disorder. It happens, like, with Moon Knight comics, for example. It happens with Arkham Shadow. Like, that's just how dissociative identity disorder is portrayed in numerous pieces of fiction. And whether it's real or not, whether or not they take elements from reality, they would obviously be making it fictitious to see,
Well, sure, but we know in
so
the
that
movie,
it can work.
We know in the movie itself that he doesn't even have DID. That's just something they just pulled out of nowhere.
Well, no, that's what they're trying to. That's what they think. Like, when a psychologist is analyzing someone's psyche, they're not always going to be accurate 100% of the time. That's just something that they think. It's like it's like diagnosing a car or something.
Sure. There's still a difference between suspecting someone has DID versus outright, specifically, definitively making that claim, which is what they're doing in court.
But I think they're trying to definitively make the claim that it could be possible that he has this. I don't even think they're trying to say that he 100% for sure has this. I think they're trying to mostly.
I'd have to look at it again, but as I recall, that is what they were going for.
Well, no, yeah. I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure what they're mostly trying to go for, whether or not it is, like, I think they're trying to say, yeah, he might have dissociative identity disorder, and here's the things that prove Arthur's not always fully conscious of his actions, so we shouldn't put him on death row. Arthur's not all there mentally. Like, that's the main point of the defense.
I mean, I'd have to look at it to be sure, but I distinctly remember how it was presented.
Yeah, but I think you're getting hung up on just, dissociative identity disorder. They're saying that, so that has to be the case. That's stupid. But I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, though. That's why we keep going in circles.
No. I'm saying the film is trying to present it as that is what they are firmly trying to prove, and they are stating definitively is the case. And that's just based on no evidence. It's based on
that's not based on no evidence, though, because if he has stuff that he's not fully conscious of, and he's doing stuff that he's not, he's acting differently at points, and he's doing actions that he's not fully conscious of, and he has delusions, that would be proof that he has that disorder.
No, that. He might have some symptoms, but that doesn't mean he actually has the disorder.
Well, yeah, okay. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. SK, let's do it like this. In a court case, right? Like, when you're trying to prove a murder, you use evidence to support that someone, in fact, did the murder, right?
Correct.
You can never go and say, oh, 100. I mean, there's cases where you can, but there are cases where they don't know for sure, but there's a lot of evidence leading to that, and that's the point of trying to prove, oh, he's a murderer, right?
Yeah, but I
So
think
it would be the
there's a
same
distinct difference
thing with
here.
the. What's the distinct difference?
So the difference is that they have more of a choice here. They have a choice between proving that he even has any kind of mental illness that, which they already do. They have it from all the Arkham files. They would have proof that he does suffer from delusions, that he does suffer from not being able to fully distinct reality versus fantasy. They already have that definitively. Whereas if you try to go the split personality route, not only does that have like flimsy backing to it, that's not even fully proven, but they're trying to present it as if, well, this is definitively the case, and how do you not know that this isn't, the case based on
Okay.
what you've looked at?
So again, I'm gonna say it again. That's not flimsy because all of the things that you just mentioned are symptoms of the DID. So if they're trying to prove that he has DID, then why would bringing up the symptoms be flimsy?
No. But they're outright saying that is true. They already. I think the fact that they even believe that to begin with, which they show in their private meetings, I think that in itself is a problem. That they even definitively believe that as fact.
What? I don't think they.
Just because there's shared.
Whoa! I don't think they.
Between other mental illnesses.
Wait. I don't think that they're trying to. I don't even think the movie's trying to say they 100% believe that as fact. I think that's just their theory.
In that case, I'll put a pin on this because I didn't rewatch it, so I'd have to.
Well, I just want to say I think that's just their theory for what he has. Like if you take your car to a mechanic and they look it over, they'll look at the symptoms and be like, huh. This might be what's wrong.
We'll look at that later. But if I were to go for something that
I did want to talk about the fence thing, like why is Harley allowed in the courtroom? So I think there's a very big thing to mention. It's the fact that Arthur has a whole row of people who are supporting him, like right behind him. Either way, and the judge says in that scene, remember, I'll allow it so long as it doesn't disrupt the court. And Harley never disrupts the court, so I don't see the problem with her being allowed there. And the other thing that Liam said, oh, even if she was a suspect, I don't see how her being a suspect, even if she was, hypothetically speaking, even if she was, we're talking about a legal system that is 100% like already, fucked over. So like her visiting him in prison, I feel like that makes sense because obviously that prison's very corrupt. They don't give much of a fuck.
Problem. Yes, they're corrupt, but they're against Arthur. They're against like I don't think she should even be allowed in the cell when she first goes in there. I think that's insane that they let her go in. Because again, they're bad faith against Arthur. That's what the system is. They hate Arthur for what he did. The guards hate him, everybody hates him. So why would this be in Arthur's favor? That doesn't work.
So when Harley goes into the prison cell, right? It would basically be the same as visitation, right?
No, but there's no guards watching the visitation itself.
I mean, I don't think you need to in that specific because it happens like I don't know if this is actually.
Usually, there's like a barrier between the two, and there's a phone call that happens. That's
I know what you're talking about, but Arthur's in solitary right now, so I think the visitation would be a little bit different. I don't think. Because I don't think they would much care about Harley going in, and it would also depend on what people are letting her visit. Arthur.
So the only way that it would be safe for Harley to even enter his prison is if they have an established connection and there's full reason to believe that he wouldn't kill her. But even if that's the case, if they believe that he wouldn't harm her because they have a connection, why would they grant him any kind of charity like that? Why would they grant him do that?
Well, it depends what guards or like what people are overseeing who can visit him or not. Because there's numerous guards in the prison. We only see the select few that we see fucking with Arthur. We don't know if those are the ones overseeing what's going on. And I don't know how Arthur would kill Harley in that cell when he has got no weapons, and if he like hypothetically was to start doing it, there would obviously be noise.
So firstly, we see at the beginning of the film that at least 4 guards transport him. Like, they do take him seriously as far as the type of threat he could be because of the events of the Murray Franklin show. They're always
Wait, what?
escorting him. They're always keeping him on watch. And when you put
That's
him in
when he's
solitary
Wait, I'm lost. What part is that? Because
first
they do
time
that
we
with
see
every
him.
they do that with every prisoner. I don't know if
So-
that's
so-
necessarily
so-
because they think
okay,
he's.
so that further proves that they have protocols specifically to account for this stuff. So that would just further prove that they wouldn't let some random person in a cell with Arthur.
Well, no, yeah, but he's in a cell though. That would be the. I think when they're walking around with him, it's because they're walking around the prison. Where like if you're not overseeing stuff, then maybe they could run away or get out somehow. Which could be the purpose of that.
Let's say Harley gets like hurt or killed by Arthur for any reason whatsoever when they're in the cell. That looks bad on the guards. That means they failed to do their jobs.
How is she gonna get? How is
to give Arthur what he wants?
My question is, how is she gonna get killed? Like, cause can we not assume that there's a guard sitting outside the door? And if he hears something, if he hears commotion, which there would be, in the event that a fight actually breaks out like that, they would be able to stop
I
it.
just remembered when she goes to visit Arthur later, she's not even allowed contact with him, like even through bars. So why is this allowed?
Well, that's because it's a different place. That's not because she's Harley. I'm sure that's probably the rule for everyone.
Right, but I would assume the same applies to solitary confinement. In a prison.
I mean, I don't know. The prison could work
confinement.
differently.
Why was
well,
he
the
in
prison
solitary confinement to begin with?
it was because of the. I forget exactly why. I'd have to rewatch
Because
that part.
as I remember,
I'm pretty sure he does
because
something.
They were just trying to punish him because they hate him.
Yeah.
So why would they let him have somebody he cares about in there with him?
Well,
Why would they
like I
give him
said, it would.
company?
Well, no, the guards were probably the one that put him there, but I'm saying the people overseeing the solitary confinement and like visitation and stuff. I think it would go back to what I said earlier about like differing people overseeing what's going on at various points in the prison.
Yeah, I don't. Again, whoever's overseeing this stuff, especially since the system is like supposed to be rigged against Arthur, I don't see why they would allow for this at all. Like,
I guess we
nobody
can just
respects him except for like the people in the movement.
I guess we can just like put a pin in that specific part, but we can move to the like her. Okay. Well, I was gonna say we could before we move to that the courtroom thing. I don't think it's a problem that Harley's allowed in the courtroom.
I mean, yeah,
because
again,
of what I said
putting a pin
earlier.
on that already, we'll just save that for later.
Okay.
But with the whole Joker thing, where he says there is no Joker, it's just Arthur Fleck. He gives up the whole movement and shit like that. I don't know why he does that. Even when I watched it the first time, I was like, okay, I'm not sure how I'd explain this for sure. And it seems like what Todd Phillips is going for is that Joker feels bad that someone in his movement got hurt as a result of this, and now he wants to give up the whole persona.
I think what I read it as is not just people like in his movement are getting worse, but also it's not really bringing him much happiness anymore. That's how I read it, basically.
Like, what wouldn't he tell his followers and supporters? Hey, those prison guards, they just they attacked me and raped me in prison. Wouldn't he want his supporters to know that so they act like and revolt against
not if he doesn't want.
the
Well,
system?
like I said, I think the way he sees it is like it's not going to change. I was going to come out here and blame everyone for my problems and stuff. I think he sees it as it's not going to change. This is not bringing me happiness anymore. People are getting hurt when they're following in my footsteps, so I'm giving it up.
Why would he change though?
Because of what I just said.
So because people in his movement might get hurt,
because it's not really bringing him much happiness anymore.
Why would he not be happy despite people within the system? Why would he drop that? He wants to get back at these people.
Well, I mean, it kind of happens with a lot of things. It's like, okay, so
like,
when
the
he
Joker thing
when he
was
has
all he had left after he was losing everything. That was
when Yeah, I know. When you do something in general in life, like, would you agree that people tend to get tired of stuff, even if they initially at one point in their life, were like fully on board, loved it, da da da
Yes,
da.
that depends
Like
on
me,
the
for
reason.
example.
Because dumb fun, for example, dumb fun that can get boring for a while just out
Right.
of
Well,
pure,
I'll just take me.
repetition.
I'll just use this as a comparative example. Me doing YouTube. When I first started doing it, when it was first started going good, I was enjoying like every second of it. I love making videos. Nowadays, it's like it kind of gets boring doing certain things. And like, you know, if I had the choice, I'd probably do something different, right? So I would compare that to Joker in the sense that when he got back society, killed Murray Franklin, started this revolution, had all these followers, that was bringing him happiness to an extent because he was fighting back against the system. He was saying "fuck y'all," "fuck society," da 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 da. But I think eventually he reached a point where it was just like, nothing is changing. I can't keep doing this anymore. It's not doing anything good for me. It's not doing anything good for the people that are following me. It's not changing anything. So I think that's the reason for the character change.
Okay, well, there's a couple things to consider with that. The first thing is that for just to go off the comparison for the YouTube thing, for an example, yes, you can change your attitude towards something because you're bored of it. But being bored of something doesn't fundamentally change your morality or your values, your priorities, and stuff like that. And in Arthur's case, he essentially 180'd all of his values as a result of what happened at the prison. And I don't even think that works because, like, if we go from the angle of what makes him happy, what was going to make him happy was going with Harley Quinn. But what he did in the courtroom drove her away, and he should know that because the only reason she even cared about Arthur was because of the Joker thing.
Yeah, but but that's the point that Joker missed. He thought that Harley was like in it for him as well. Like I don't think I think the point of that is that like he thought that she really loved him, and when he stopped being like that, supporting that fantasy, quote unquote, he thought that she would still be with him, and that was his mistake.
Yeah, but
I don't think that would go against him making the decision to change, because he still wanted to start, because like again it goes into like his reason for changing to begin with. He wanted to start over, he wanted to start a new life, and he wanted Harley to be there with him. So I don't see how that would contradict that.
Because that's the reason she was even drawn towards him to begin with. It's like, what does she actually value in Arthur Fleck, the person, outside of the whole Joker persona that was created? Every bit of pride she has towards him, every bit of appreciation was always tied towards the Joker thing. So if he would just give that up, then what would he think she would? How does he think she would respond?
I would kind of compare it as like a gold digger, for example. If you think you have a gold digging wife or something, and you think she's in it like for your money, like let's say you how do I explain this properly?
No,
I
already understand.
You kind of get what I'm saying.
Yeah, they try to make it seem like they care about you, the person, but then in reality they were just in it for the money. No, yeah.
Well, like if they make like passing mentions, like when they're talking to you, it's like, oh my god, your car, your suit, you smell so good. What's this suit? Like all this stuff. It's like you have a nice house. Da 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 da. It's like, yeah, you're gonna notice that stuff, but you know, the more she continues to stick with you, I feel like you would think like, oh, maybe she really does love me as a person, no matter what. Like that kind of happens in relationships a lot, especially with Arthur, who's like, you know, very mentally ill.
Okay, I mean, yeah, sure, but I'm still looking at it from Arthur's perspective. From Arthur's perspective, like I said, every single thing she appreciated about him, visibly speaking, was the whole Joker thing. That's literally considered an inspiration to, I mean, not just her, but the movement as a whole. To see him just cower away like that, even though, I think like just not only from the happiness angle, but also from the angle of him being angry at those people, he would be hateful towards the people that tried to do all this to him. He would want to get some kind of revenge, especially seeing that in the first movie when he was arrested, they were able to actually have an impact in the end. I don't even think he would believe that there would be no impact. So like, yeah. It's
No,
just...
I think because of the way that's because he was in prison for so long, and even the movement started up again. There wasn't really much of an impact. Things still weren't changing, and people like around him following him were dying. So I don't I'm just lost in the criticism. I'm not.
This might lead me into another question about how things aren't changing. How exactly are things not changing when we saw at the end of Joker 1, the movement kept uprising, it keeps growing, and they even got to overthrow law enforcement to some capacity. So why don't we see any of that in this movie? Why does nothing... If it is the case that nothing is changing, then why would that be the case?
Well, there's people. When I'm saying nothing is changing, I'm saying even if there is this uprising, right? Like this revolt, like Batman, for example, he's trying to make change, and even if things are going his way at points, it's like things aren't necessarily getting any better for that cause. If anything, people around him, these people are still winning, and his uprising is causing these people following him to get hurt. I think that's the point. So I don't see the problem with the change.
Hold up, this shit's going. I'm getting a text. Hold up. Okay. So. Yes. So you said that nothing was changing in as far as the movement or whatever. Things aren't getting better. So why would Joker feel motivated to keep being the Joker?
Essentially.
Okay. So from the Joker's perspective, if they're able to overthrow like the police, for example, I think he would just out of spite just ask.
They never do that though.
They do that to break him out.
Yeah, that was like one cop car.
Well, yeah, but I think Joker would want the chaos just to spite all those people, especially since he doesn't really...
I think the first movie's Joker would, before the characters changed and before he went through life more. I agree with that, but I think that's the point.
Yeah, but there's context that's important to consider. The context that's important to consider is that Joker's really not in it to like look after those people anyway. He would never really cared that much. He more so cared about how it pushed him, how it pushed his image.
Where'd you get that from?
For all this time, I thought, fuck, what was the line? He says, I was thinking the Riddler for a second.
He says, what do you get when you, like, I view the...
No, I'm talking about beforehand. It was where he said, I didn't think I even existed, and now I do. People are starting to notice. Like, he takes pride in all these people finally noticing him instead of him being invisible all the time. And just being stepped
Well, I think he shares... Well, I think the line... Well, I read the first movie, like, the line where he's like, what do you get with when you... Like, when he's talking about nobody notices him or stuff like that, I think he's speaking for all, like, people like him. Like, people who just get stepped on by society. And when he says, what do you get when you cross mentally a loner with a society who abandons him and treats him like trash? I don't think that's solely about him. I think it's also about, like, people like him. Like, I think that's also the point of, like, when the people are, like, praising him and stuff in the prison, and, like, they're all, having a little riot in that, the mess hall, right before Joker gets, like, they shut that shit down. You remember what scene I'm talking about?
Shut what down? Like, which part?
You know when they're eating in the cafeteria?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they're like, there's people like starting to uprise or whatever, like singing the song and stuff. Like, I think he also wants to speak for them. Like, I think he wants these people included because this is who he's kind of representing. That's how I read the whole society that abandons him and treats him like trash, and nobody cares about the people who get stepped on, yada yada yada. I mean, if you read it as he only cares about himself, I could see where you get that from, but I also see the other, like what I just said.
I mean, again, I'd have to look at it again to get the most concrete references. But from what I remember, the idea was that he cared more about the recognition and creating a name for himself rather than the actual cause itself. I don't really see any reference in the first movie where he actually wanted to push for the cause. If he really cared about that, I think he would have gone a whole different angle instead of just going, yeah, I'm gonna kill myself on the show and talk shit about all that, talk shit to Murray about all that happens, whatever. As like a final act, I think it was all about him. That's what it seems
Yeah,
like.
I think he was trying to make a statement still, that, like, you know, it would include himself, but I think he was trying to make. I still think what I was basically saying was the statement that he makes, the stuff that he says about society. I think it includes people like him, not just him. That's kind of how I read it.
Well, if that's the case,
like, I thought that was the whole. I thought it also fell in line with the theme that anybody can become like him because that's how society can shape you.
Well then I'd question, what do you think Arthur thinks about, like, for example, obviously a lot of these people, they're gonna die because he thinks they get what they deserve. But what about, like, their kids, for example? How would they react? Like Bruce Wayne, for example, when Thomas Wayne gets killed off. Like, how does he think he would react? Did Bruce really deserve that? Does he think for a moment about the pain that would be caused for anybody that's connected? Does that give him any hesitation, or does he doesn't even think about that? He's just laughing about all of it. He doesn't see it as like a necessary evil to help these people. Like, that's not at all.
I don't think that's kind of what I don't think that's kind of what I don't think that's what I'm saying though. I think that would also be an interesting element of it.
Well, yeah, what
of him starting that uprising.
What I was getting at with that is, if he really cared about, like, the people that are affected, if he really cared about the movement itself as far as, like, actual causes, then I think he would have thought they would have drawn more attention to him considering it. They would have had him.
I don't necessarily think that's the case though, because when we're talking about, like, this movement, quote unquote, I think what I was saying was, for, like, the purpose of him making those statements, he was speaking for people like himself. And even if the movement technically, like, gets other people hurt and, like, it fights back against, like, maybe people who might be innocent, I don't think Joker much cared about that at the time. I think the purpose of the statement is, like, yeah, people are gonna go crazy when you treat them like shit, and treat them like trash.
Yeah. I mean,
so I don't think him not caring, or, like, about, like, Bruce's parents or something, or, like, innocent people in the crossfire
taking place. He sees all the fires and shit in the background, which could have easily.
Yeah, I think he liked.
And he's just.
Yeah, I don't think he really cares much about the innocents, because from his perspective, those innocent people, they're just a product of what the society around them as well, in the same way that he went through, like, bad shit, and people like him get stepped on or killed or abused every day. So I don't think he much cares. I think he enjoyed that chaos. But like I said, in the second movie, when he starts to change, I think that's basically how I read it.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll just put a pin on that, because I'm not even fully prepared to debate on the Joker movies.
I got you.
None of us are really prepared. So
I
guess it's probably better to, like, dedicate an episode to that. Maybe we'll bring fucking Fat Legend.
Well, I didn't even need to dedicate a whole episode to it. We just had no disagreements, so I was like, huh, why not? Let's just fucking talk about it.
We'll get Fat Legend for the next one once we fully prepare.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot more stuff, like, preparing for a Joker thing would not be on the top of the list, because I gotta make a video on Penguin and Arcane, and
Arcane has a lot of black people, so.
It's a little on the nose.
Did not like
yeah, they got the gay relationship now with
Look, I get it. They're gay.
All right.
I haven't been looking at chat. I'm curious what chat has been on about.
Can we talk about how IGN gave The Penguin a low score? I mean, they're the same people that gave Velma a 6 out of 10, despite the fact that it's double. I actually might respond to the IGN review. I want to see the. Do you want to watch the IGN review of Penguin? Actually, let's see this.
Do it real quick. How long is it? How long is it?
It's probably like 6 minutes. Let's see. IGN The Penguin.
Have you seen
review?
The Suicide Squad? No, I have not seen.
All right,
it's the Suicide Squad.
Okay, so it's a spoiler-free review, 10 minutes, 43 seconds.
So they seen the whole thing early?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see this.
All right.
Let's see IGN's top-notch criticism here.
All right, let's see it.
Look at this. What that madman did.
After Oswald Oz Cobb spends 4 episodes cutting a path of destruction across Gotham City, somebody finally says it. You got
Wait, what did he say?
That madman did.
After Oswald Oz Cobb spends 4 episodes cutting a path of destruction
Okay, so this
across
is
Gotham
this is 4
City,
episodes. Okay.
somebody finally says it. You got too many plates spinning. As the Batman, the 2022 movie established, the Penguin, the character, is no stool pigeon. But the Penguin, the HBO spin-off, is not opposed to telling on itself. In the process of squeezing some premium cable mayhem out of material originally conceived for the Batman Part 2, showrunner Lauren LaFranc and team have taken on more than they can handle. It was ambitious to build a bridge to a superhero event film within a mob mini-epic airing in the hollowed time slot once occupied by one of the latter genre's undisputed masterpieces, The Sopranos. All the while, they're also filling in the background of a villain mostly made of prosthetics and ushering a more recent addition to Batman lore into the big time.
I'll be calling the shots.
Has he even made a point yet?
Yeah, we'll just have to wait till he makes a point.
Yeah, and they're trying to do it all in only 8 episodes. To contrast that with The Sopranos, the other members of the DeMeo crime family were only just starting to catch wind of...
Why are we comparing this to... What the fuck? What... To contrast this with The Sopranos, what's the problem with it being 8 episodes?
Tony's forbidden therapy regimen by episode 8. In TV terms, this isn't a lot of time, and the Penguin is, as a result, a mess. Sometimes an entertaining mess, but more often one that shoehorns its character and relationship arcs into an oh-so-2024 running length. The franticness that ensues suits the impulsive, talks his way out of any bind protagonist, while also fueling a gnarliness and bloodlust that's never as sensational as the big budget and prestige TV trappings make them out to be.
Penguin, you waltzing in here like you mean something. We're in the middle of a gang war.
Carmichael's dead.
If we don't protect what's ours, we just look weak.
Oz is, frankly, an odd choice to build an entire series around. He works as a supporting player in The Batman, with Colin Farrell's approximation of a New Jersey dialect and the character's reimagining as a 2-bit hood, adding some notes of Francis Ford Coppola and Martin Scorsese to Gotham's gangland stew. Farrell's disappearance into Robert De Niro facial expressions and James Gandolfini vocalizations continues here, though it starts to feel less like homage and more like pastiche after a few episodes.
My father's been dead a week. You want to take what's mine?
What keeps Oz from feeling like the sum of TV and movie gangsters who've come before him is Farrell's gift of gab, and a wounded soulfulness that no amount of silicone or hair pieces can hide. But the visual presentation isn't the most impressive creative decision involved with Oz Cobb. That's Cobb, not Cobblepot.
We're 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, and I still haven't seen a point.
I don't know what's being said.
it's just, I want to see the comments real quick. Absolutely nobody taking IGN seriously anymore.
Because that would be too whimsical for a franchise that revolves around, let's see here, a billionaire orphan who strikes fear in the hearts of criminals, a cowardly and superstitious lot, by dressing like a bat. Rather, it's the choice to make him an ambitious screw-up, a guy who thoughtlessly knocks over a domino in the premiere and spends the next 7 episodes trying to claim ownership of the pieces falling around him.
The world ain't set up for the honest man to succeed.
But that's making the Penguin out to be more intricately plotted than it actually is. Oz's rise to power is positioned as an artfully planned heist, but it plays out like a series of reckless smash and grabs. It starts out promisingly enough. His cross-Gotham attempts to cover up a lethal mistake make for an absorbing premiere, with the feel of an antic comic book one-off. It provides Oz a crucial sidekick in the original character, Victor Aguilar, played by Renzi Feliz, with a baby-faced what-did-I-get-myself-into dismay that comes in handy throughout the series. But it also sets a pace that's fatal to the remaining episodes, which plow through any obstacle and undermine all potential conflicts with a blunt force convenience that kills all suspense in the race to fill the power vacuum.
What is he? What is being yapped about right now? I mean, spoiler free, I guess, but like, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I got no fucking clue. I mean, if this sounds like this is what's gonna be the whole video.
Yeah, I know.
Oh shit. Okay, duty calls. I gotta do some stuff. So I'm gonna have to head out now. But yeah, thank you for y'all that came on the Disagreement. I'm sure the video's probably fucking nothing burgers.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll sure to be we'll sure to do more of these. But yeah, catch you all later.
Probably, definitely, 100% do